Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another episode of Battle Bites here in World of Tanks on the console version, and today we're covering the upcoming, or I guess you could say ongoing event, Tankbowl for 2017. This is the event that's going on right now to coincide with the big game. And this one's a little different. What I'm going to do very quickly at the beginning here is roll through the event and what we know so far, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to put up a chart which estimates how many games it will take you to complete the various levels of completion for this event to try and earn the tank. And then I'm going to discuss the rewards system that was put in place for this event, because it is very different from any of the other premium tank offers we've had so far, and hopefully this will encourage some discussion. I want to get your feedback on these rewards and give my own opinion, and hopefully the feedback will be picked up by Wargaming and they'll see it and maybe make adjustments if needed for future events of this type. So because this is coinciding with the competitive big game that's coming up, they've kind of set this up as a competition. So it's Team USA versus Team Germany, and only one team is going to win the big prize. So before we get too far ahead of ourselves, what is the event? Well, first off, you need to start with the tryouts. So as you can see on the screen here, there is a tryout period. It's already begun. You could have completed it already, but if you haven't, it's not too late. You still are able to do so. And how you complete the tryouts, there's an operation in game. There's actually two of them: Tryout USA, Tryout Germany. You need to earn 100 points for either of those operations to then pick the team that you're going to be on. If you get the 100 points for Team Germany, you will have completed it. You will have picked your team for Team Germany. If you get the 100 points for the US, you will have picked US. So you can go all the way up to 99 points and still change your mind and work on the other team. But once you hit that 100 points, your team is selected and you cannot undo it. So how do you earn the points? Well, it's actually very similar to a previous event, the Boilermaker. Earning that premium tank worked on a similar system in terms of the points. So if you were around for that, if you participated, you know the idea here. But if you haven't, if you're fresh to this type of event, very briefly, how it works is for each battle, you can earn 0 points, 1 point, 3 points, or 5 points. You get 1 point if you are in the number 4 or 5 spot on your team. This works for each team. So 10 people in each battle will get a reward of some kind, will get points. If you're 4th or 5th, you get 1 point. If you're 2nd or 3rd, you get 3. And if you're 1st place, and remember this is XP, not damage, then you get 5 points. You don't have to win. There's no other requirement. Just placement on your XP on your team will get you the points. So the really cool thing, the new twist that I like about this is there's a reward for completing the first part of the mission. Usually these time-locked operations, there's 5 different chains and you can only complete one every 3 days and you're kind of sitting around the rest of the time. But what's really cool here, what I love, is the playoffs portion. So as soon as you have completed the tryouts for your particular team, you unlock the playoffs for that team. And as you can see on the screen here, every game that you complete, again, now this is only with that nation's tanks. So if you pick Team Germany, then every game that you play in a German tank during the playoffs, once you finish the tryouts, gets you 1.25 XP and 1.25 silver. It's like a mega on-track event for an entire nation. It's awesome. So probably the most relevant factor to picking your team is there a nation that you're grinding? If so, it's probably a good idea to pick them for this. Just to put it out there, I did pick Team Germany. It seemed like more people were going that way. I am working towards the Leopard one, so I decided to pick Team Germany. I've got a couple tanks in there that are fun to play and pretty dominant as well. So that's the way I went, although it was very close. I did want to root for the hometown team for the US, but at the end I decided to go Team Germany. So that's really cool. You can bank a ton of XP and silver. Play your hammer if you have it. Play your premium tanks. You will make tons of silver, and if you're grinding a line, you'll make tons of XP as well. Then once we get to the final 4 days of the event, that's the Tank Bowl. And there's still some question as to how this is going to work. It said in the post that more details are coming. It looks like there are 4 24-hour operations or bonus operations. You can see here quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4, each on one of the days of the event, Feb 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So you have 4 days for the main event, which is where you can earn the main rewards, the tank for this event. And as you can see, you are again earning points over that 4 days, and the points are awarded the same way. So 1, 3, and 5 points for the same placement in terms of XP. And then this is what you need to get. So every single time you accrue 15 points, you earn 1 completion. And 1 completion will get you the medal, and it will also get you a random drop award. We don't know what those are at this point, but expect things like premium consumables, maybe regular consumables. I doubt gold, but maybe on the very rare occasion you could get a gold drop of some kind. And if you get 110 points, that's cumulative over the entire course of the event, you'll earn the MVP medal, MVP Germany or US. And the team that scores the most completions, so that's 15-point intervals, wins. So what do you win? Well, here it is. It's a free, they're calling it the champion tank. It's the Panther M10 with a unique emblem. And I believe it has I don't know if it has a skin on it or not. It might just be the emblem to go on the Panther M10. And you also get the trophy medal for winning. And then here's the consolation prize. The losing team, if you earned the champion medal, if you earned the 110 points, you can buy the tank that you didn't win because your team lost for 50% off. And if you earn just the participation medal, you just got 1 completion, 15 points, then you can get the tank for 15% off. So let's take a look now at the chart. So here we have the chart in front. And again, this is similar to the Boilermaker chart. If you saw that one, you know what's going on here, but just in case you didn't, what I've tried to do is divide up players into a number of categories. I think I've got 10 of them on the screen here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I've got 10 categories. Those are the vertical columns. And if you're a more casual player, you're not worried about performance, you know, you're okay in your performance, but towards the lower end, then you want the left-hand column. And if you're the super unicum, then you're all the way to the right. So what I've got there is the percentage of games that you place in those positions, the percentage of games that you place first on your team in terms of XP, 2nd and 3rd, 4th and 5th, 6th to 15th. Those are the categories. So again, starting at the left, if you're a very, very average player, half of your games you finish 4th or 5th, and the other half you're in the bottom 6th through 15th, then that's the column that you're looking at. And you just have to kind of feel out where the right column is for you based on your play. There's no easy way to look this up. It's just going to be a gut feeling, but you should be able to get pretty close within a column or two. And then working down each individual column, I've averaged your number of points that you can expect to earn per game. So again, in the far left column, it's half a point per game because half the games you're getting 4th or 5th is a point. Half the games you're not getting a point. So every other game you're getting a point. So 0.5 points per game. And then I put the games that you will need to reach the participant level, the first minimum level of completion, and then the hours to achieve that same number of points. And that assumes a 7-minute per battle. Lower tier battles seem to go faster. It could maybe be about a 5-minute average. You count a minute to load in, you count a minute to get to the garage and get yourself worked out, and you got about 7 minutes. If you are playing nothing but tier 10s and your average games are 10 minutes per battle, you can obviously adjust the math accordingly. But that's what I'm basing my calculations on. And then for the final 2 rows there in each column, I've got the games required to reach 110 points, which is, of course, the MVP completion, and then the hours, again, to reach 110 points. So that's how the chart works. You can find that. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what you'll need in order to complete these operations. When they come up, you'll have 4 days to do it. Interestingly enough, the 110 points in 4 days is a higher requirement than was needed for the Boilermaker. I think the final phase of the Boilermaker operation was 90 or 95, I forget, one of those two, over 4 days. So they've increased it to 110. Of course, the Boilermaker also had steps along the way of other operations to complete to earn XP, and that's not really the case here other than that first 100 points to complete the tryout. So overall, probably lower requirements cumulatively, but for the last 4 days, you do need to push a little harder if you want to get the MVP. But you don't need the MVP. So this is what I wanted to discuss here. In theory, and this isn't going to be theory, this is absolutely going to happen. It is going to come up the day after this event ends. There will be a post in the forum of somebody who played 3 games during the Tank Bowl event, earned their 5 points per game, earned their 1 participant completion, and they were on the winning team, and they got the tank. So they got the tank in 3 games in 20 minutes, and that was all they had to do in order to earn this tank after, of course, completing the tryout. And there's going to be somebody else who put up 400 points over the course of the event, carried like a boss, put in tons of time and effort, and is on the losing team and is not going to get the tank for free. They'll have to pay 50% to acquire that tank. And boy, to me, that feels bad. I mean, even if I'm on the winning team, like I can see it from the eyes of the person on the losing team and just say, wow, that feels like it's not right. I don't think there's a lot of people that there's going to be a lot of people that are left with a bad taste in their mouth. And it's fine. I get that they're trying something different, and hey, maybe it'll go great. But if it was me, I think what would make it better, the tank itself is so sought after. Like, speaking for myself, I've gotten every free premium tank that's been offered so far. It's one of the cool things that I like that they've done in terms of putting these out there, that you can earn them by playing the game. It's a nice little mini challenge whenever one of these comes up, and I really pride myself on going for it. But it is almost completely out of my hands this time whether I earn that tank. I could do the completion, earn the MVP, and not get it, and still have to pay 50%. And boy, it just feels wrong. So if it was me, what I would do, what I would think would be a better solution is, if you earn the MVP, if you earn the top requirement, you get the tank if you're on the winning team or the losing team. And then give the winning team cosmetic bonuses. The emblem that goes on the tank is fine. The trophy medal is fine. Heck, if you want to give the Panther a special camo for the winners that the winners get and the losers don't, fine. And let them buy that for 50% off if they lost. Like, any of that I would be completely on board with. But the way it's set up right now, I really feel like I get the intent. I just think it's going to make a lot of people upset. And one of these, special events in a game where people are going to put their time in to earn something, it's kind of like everybody complains about the missions that say, do X in a winning battle, get 2 kills in a winning battle, or place first on your team in damage in a winning battle. And then, you have the great game, but your team loses and you're all mad at your team. Like, I can't believe that. Well, now imagine over the course of 4 days, putting in the time, putting in the work, but you picked the bad team and your team isn't able to carry the day. I just see it really, really piling up some mountains of salt in response to how this is going to go. Again, I get it. I'm hoping for the best, and maybe it'll be all right. But if it was me, I would gear the difference in the winning and losing teams, if you hit the MVP level, the top requirement, that you still get the tank, and just make cosmetic changes. Give the skin, give the trophy, give the emblem to the winners, but still, you earn that tank if you put the time in to get that MVP medal. So I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Is this cool? Is this a one-time thing? Let me know if you agree with me, if you agree with how things are set up, if you want to wait and see. Let me know if you lose, are you going to buy the tank? Like, if you're going to go for the MVP, and if you end up on the losing team, are you planning on buying it or not? And why? Just because you're mad because of how this was set up, or you just don't like to spend money on the game? You're a free-to-play player, whatever. I'd love to hear some discussion, hear some thoughts on this, and really get a dialogue going, because this is such a new take on premium tanks and how they're given out. This is probably going to be our best chance to give our feedback to Wargaming for this type of thing. I think they're going to be looking for feedback, and they're going to be receptive to it. So let your voice be heard. Feel free to leave a comment below. Leave a reply in whatever thread that you're finding this in, on the forums or on the Reddit subforum, and we can have a nice discussion and really get our opinions out there about this. So thank you for joining me. Hopefully you found that useful. If you did, please feel free to continue to check out Meat City Gaming for your World of Tanks content. Always feel free to subscribe, and thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.